Good afternoon, everybody. It's Monday, March 18th, 2019. I keep wanting to say 2018 because March 18, 20, it just like rolls off the tongue. And that's okay. Or is it? No, it's not. It's either way. Hi, I hope you had a great weekend. Did you party too hard yesterday during St. Patty's Day? Or maybe you're like Andrew and I, who didn't party at all.
Correct.
Because we're smart. We kept it clean. But I heard Scott had some corned beef and cabbage, but I didn't.
No
way, Jose.
It's gross.
It's not gross, but
it is.
You got to be in the mood, and I just wasn't in the mood.
My lifetime's not in the mood.
And that voice is Andrew
Hello,
Bamlett.
welcome.
He's never in the mood for anything.
Not for that. Not for corned beef cabbage. No thanks.
Well, fine, Andrew.
I'm not Irish. Hey, look at your other camera. Come on now. Here you go. You're over here. Thank you. What's up?
Whatevs.
Whatevs.
I just rolled my eyes at you.
Good. I'm used to that with daughters, so.
Well.
You'll get there.
I know. No, don't worry. Lily got plenty of timeouts this weekend.
Oh boy. Look out.
She's learning. You know what? I'll just say this.
Okay. Oh boy.
When you give the kid Play-Doh,
yeah,
and you're like, keep it on the table.
That doesn't work.
And she's sitting there in the chair with her scissors, and the scissors are just plastic, right?
Yeah.
They don't even have sharp
Play-Doh
edges.
scissors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's just sitting there cutting it, and I'm just watching it go on the floor, and I'm like, keep it on the table, keep it on the table. So by the time she cut it all, and it's like, where'd all the Play-Doh go? I'm like, look down, it's on the floor now. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna need you to clean it up. Nope.
She walked away.
Like never, like she never had even seen it in her lifetime.
Congratulations, welcome to children.
Payback. But my parents are like, yep, this is payback.
Yep, that's what it is. My kids still do that, and they're older than your kids, and they'll continue to do that until they're my age, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It'll never go away.
Yeah. So that was
Mikey's slightly better.
It's okay. It's okay. We had fun.
Good.
Either way, we did have fun. We got a very busy show for you here coming up today. We'll get you updating your headlines, including checking in with the Fitchburg Fire Rescue, as they were dispatched with Fitchburg EMS into a technical rescue response. We'll tell you the details on that coming up here in headlines. Then in our digest today, we've got Scott Gerard stopping by. He calls in, give us an update on a council recap. We weren't able to get him in last week, but we got him today, and he'll update us on what happened at council last week. And then our guest segment today, if there wasn't enough guests here, Latino Academy. We'll talk with the director of the Latino Academy, and they actually have a lot of programs held right here in the city of Fitchburg. So looking forward to getting that information out to you in the guest segment. But first, we kick it off with your headlines, and we start with the Fitchburg Fire Department, along with Fitchburg EMS, responding on Saturday to a medical incident. This was Engine 3 and Fitchburg EMS first starting out, but due to the special circumstances, Truck 1 was specially called to the scene. Ropes and mechanical advantages were used to move a trauma patient at a construction site. The technical rescue is another aspect of emergency response. We had a chance to sit down with our fire chief, Joe Polvemacher, and he tells us a little bit about the technical rescue aspects of Fitchburg Fire Rescue.
On Saturday morning, the Fitchburg Fire Department was called for an EMS incident. Fitchrona EMS, Fitchburg Fire responded to a construction site. Upon arrival, they realized that they had a situation that required a little bit extra effort in the way of the fire department. One thing that we've been training on for the past year plus is our technical rescue capacity. We knew that we didn't necessarily meet the needs of the city, especially since we're growing. There's an ever-increasing need for technical rescue. That could be anything from high angle to trench to confined space, even structural collapse. So we do have the support of the City of Madison through their HURT team. But what we're trying to do is staff and provide that initial response. Regardless of what happens in the city of Fitchburg, if it's negative in nature, somebody needs assistance, they're going to dial 911 and they're going to get us first. So for the first 15, 20 minutes of that incident, we need to be doing something, and that's sort of what this this response did, is it set up that initial response, and we were able to complete all tasks necessary in that initial response. What the crew on duty was able to do was set up some ropes with mechanical advantage. They were able to retrieve a patient that had fallen into a basement, and with that they were able to create a high point anchor, bring the person out, and then eventually transfer over to Fitch-Rona, at least the ambulance. Fitch-Rona paramedics had already been in the basement. They were treating the patient. While they were doing that, we were preparing the patient for movement and packaging. The City of Fitchburg Fire Department is really trying to address the overall response. We understand that we're part of the continuum of care. That said, we are going to reach a certain point in certain situations where we just don't have enough personnel or equipment. Natural disasters come to mind. So what's nice about what we're trying to do is we're trying to start that initial response. We're trying to get it to the point where we can get things set up and moving in the right direction, and then if we do need additional assistance in the way of a technician level response through the City of Madison, they're not tearing stuff down in order to get things started all over again. They should just be able to look at what we have, because we are going to do it similarly. Understand that what we've done is going to work for their needs, and then to continue on from there. And all that does is it saves us precious time and effort when it comes to making sure that you're not necessarily over dedicating anyone or anything to any situation. It just works to our benefit if we're all playing out of the same playbook and doing things consistently, so that our response really does mirror the overall effort, that being a regional effort through Fitchburg and the City of Madison.
Yeah, we appreciate Joe taking the time to give us the information both on that call and talking about Technical Rescue. We'll actually go back and visit Fitchburg Fire Rescue down the road to talk about Technical Rescue, as it's a whole operation, and Andrew can contest to it. It's a lot of training that goes into that, and we'd like to share some of that with you on how that works. All right, well, let's get to your other headlines here. In-person absentee voting is on. It's now through March 28th, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. here at City Hall. On Friday, March 29th, you have 7 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Remember that photo ID is required. We'll share the link with you to the sample ballots. They're available at the website, fitchburgwi.gov. Annual Pancake Breakfast is coming up. Want to make sure you get this on your calendar. Sunday, April 7th. Enjoy pancakes, scrambled eggs, sausage, applesauce, juice, and coffee while supporting the Friends of the Fitchburg Senior Center. April 7th, 8 a.m. to noon, right here in the Senior Center, 5510 Lacey Road. Finally, it is Fix a Leak Week, and this will start what we will do, continuing coverage all week on this, and we have a graphic that will just make you want to get things fixed. Did you know, Andrew, that 1 trillion gallons of wastewater, or of water, is wasted every year?
That's a lot.
That is
That's a lot.
crazy. And we're looking forward to telling you more about the facts when it comes to fixing those leaks this week here during Fix a Leak Week. And we'll share this, of course, on social media. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest. We've got Scott Gerard in for a phone call. But before we do that, here's a look at this week's city meetings.